So we're going to take it at the top, week 2, Thursday night football. Commanders and Packers. That's going to be a good one for Thursday night. I picked the Packers last week, and they came through for me. They came through, but the Commanders, they're not no chopped liver. Oh, man. I'm going to pick the Packers again at home against the Commanders. It can go either way. That's one of those games, either way, but I'm going with those Packers in week 2. I'll try not to keep it too long, elaborate too much on these teams so we can get on through them. Seahawks and Steelers. Of course, the Steelers at home. Got to rock with them. Aaron Rodgers coming off that high. They're going to be at home. You know they want to have a great showing. Seahawks, they finding themselves. I believe they lost last week. They lose last week. Yes, to the 49ers, 17-3. So I'm not expecting the Seahawks to. Are they going to make the playoffs? I doubt it. Steelers at home. They keep the train moving in week 2. Bills and Jets. Now, that's the one everybody's going to be waiting on. That's going to be a doozy. Rival game, of course. Bills and Jets. I went against the Jets last week. Aaron Glenn, you know what? I'm going to roll with you this week. Even though the Bills come off that high. They came back on the Ravens. At least, the Ravens choked it away. But they came back and they pulled it out. Hell of a game for Josh Allen. But I'm going to say the Jets at home. I don't believe the Jets will go 0-2. We'll see. But that's going to be a good one. I'm picking the Jets in week 2. All right. Jaguars and Bengals. That's going to be a nice one. It's going to be a nice one. Bengals on a mission. Bengals are on a mission. I'm picking the Bengals against the Jaguars. That's going to be a good one, though. Tune in to that. That's a lot of offensive firepower on both sides. That's going to be an exciting game. Bengals in week 2. Browns and Ravens. Ravens coming off that disappointing choke job. Browns got to pay for it. Somebody got to pay. Browns going to pay for it. So, would you throw Flacco out there again this week? Flacco had, 2 interceptions. It's only a matter of time. Only a matter of time. Dylan Gabriel is the next man up. I say pull Flacco quick. Put Dylan Gabriel in there. See what he can do. If he start choking, you might see Shadur before the season's over with. If they move quickly. It's the only way I see it. Only way I see it. But if they try to ride this thing out, like try to ride Joe Flacco to week 6 with his up and down roller coaster gameplay, bad franchise anyway. They don't do nothing right. Nothing. They'll draw this thing out just to prove a point. But of course, I'm going with the Ravens, the desperate, starving, craving Ravens. I got to go with them. I'll be damned if they lose 2 in a row by the hands of the Browns. I don't see it. Ravens in week 2. Let's take this down one. Broncos and Colts. Colts had an out-of-body experience last week, didn't they? 33 points. Wasn't they 33-8? Who did they play? They beat somebody 33-8. The Colts did. The Dolphins. The finless Dolphins. They might be the new misfits, the Dolphins. They might be the new misfits. I think they're running neck to neck with the Giants. I'll tell you one thing, though. I guess we'll wait till we get to them. I'm not going to elaborate on them. We'll wait till we get to them. I'm going with the Broncos. I think the Colts had an out-of-body experience. I don't think they're going to put up that many points again. And Daniel Jones look like he's trying to prove me wrong. I've been talking about him all year long and last year as well. Uh, he played well. He played well. I don't think he's going to sustain it, but he played well. I don't believe he's going to do that with the Broncos. I think the Broncos with Bo Nix, Sean Payton, you know how they do it. They're going to keep the train rolling over there as well. That's going to be a hard task for the Colts to win. Plus, they're in the Texas division. Always have to go against the teams that's in, well, not all the time, but when I can, I go against the teams in the Texas division all the time, especially if it's favorable. I will pick the other team. In this case, it's favorable. I'm going with the Denver Broncos against the Colts in week 2. And that's what we do. Oh my. Look at here. This is what everybody's waiting on. Eagles and Chiefs. They will call it the Super Bowl rematch, is what they will try to call it. It's going to be a big one, and it's a dangerous game for the Eagles. No doubt about that. Especially with the Chiefs losing last week. Chiefs usually don't go 0-2. It's very rare to get the Chiefs to lose 2 games in a row. That's how crucial this game is. That's going to be a hell of a game. A hell of a game. And they're playing over there at Arrowhead. Got to come ready. Good thing about this game, Jalen Carter's going to be playing in it. They already came down with the fine. He already served out his suspension, missing that game. So he will be there for the Chiefs. And thank God he will be there for the Chiefs because you're going to need him clogging that middle. You're going to need the pressure on Patrick Magician Mahomes is what I call him, to keep him on the run, keep him off balance. Because you're going to get the Chiefs' best shot in this game. No doubt about that. I mean, they don't want to go 0-2. It'll be very dangerous territory for them to start this season out 0-2. All right? And, of course, they're going to get up for the Eagles. Eagles got to come in. They got to be ready. Eagles play like they did last week. They're going to get embarrassed. Plain and simple. You play like you played last week, you will get embarrassed. You're going to have to find a way to locate A.J. Brown in this game. He cannot have no targets or 1 catch for 8 yards. Not in this game. Not in this game. Big game going with those Eagles in week 2. All eyes will be on that one. Sunday afternoon. Buccaneers and Texans. And I thought about this for a couple of days. I did. Because I almost actually went with the Bucs. And I just as well could go with the Bucs. After that performance from the Texans, I just as well could go with the Buccaneers. But you know what? I told myself, you know what? The Texans are at home. They're embarrassed. They know they played a bad, terrible game. They're going to come out there and they're going to show something at home. They're going to play with some fire. They're going to work their ass off this week, getting the little details in line. All right? At the line of scrimmage. Covering some guys up. Getting off the field on 3rd downs. I say they're going to do it this week against the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are on the high since last season. Baker Mayfield, we already talked about him. Out-of-body experience is the level he's playing at. Hate to see it, but he's playing. He's playing. And you know the receivers they have over there. You know the defense they have with their head coach, defensive-minded. It's on the, it's right there. I forgot his name. But anyway, he's a defensive-minded coach. And they play mean. So the Texans going to have to be disciplined. They're going to have to hold on to the ball this week. All right? C.J. Stroud got to look real good. Real good. Because I'm going to tell you one thing. If these Texans come in there half of what they did in last game, the boo birds are going to come out. Texans, they're going to boo them. They're going to boo them. And they need to be booed. So I'm rolling with them this week because I believe they're going to turn it around and give us a good showing. So Texans in week 2. All right. Let's take this thing to the top. Giants and Cowboys. This is an easy one, actually. I barely can fix my mouth to even say it. But I am picking the Cowboys this week.
Oh, that's not good.
Against the Giants. Giants, they are misfits number 2. No doubt about that. They got to figure out what they're going to do. It's almost like the Joe Flacco situation. How long are you going to wait? Because Jackson Dart needs to be in there. All right? He needs to be in there. We want the veteran in there. If he can hold it down and get some wins and not play bad football. But if you continue to lose, you got to put Jackson Dart in there. Russell Wilson ain't the future, just like Joe Flacco ain't. So what you going to do? You going to wait too long? You going to give the people what they want to see? People want to see Jackson Dart. So, yeah, Cowboys all the way. Cowboys all the way. All right, week 2.